Now, the leak of the U.S. Supreme Court draft opinion is unprecedented and could affect confidence within the court itself. The information contained in the leak has sparked a public outcry and upset the country over what has been one of the most controversial rulings in the Supreme Court's history. Earlier tonight, I spoke with former U.S. District Judge and now University of Utah law professor Paul Cassell, who once clerked for U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice Orrin. He calls the effect of the leak disturbing.
It's going to be now very hard for the justices to discuss the cases, to work on clarifying language, maybe negotiate different aspects of the opinion in confidence because they have to worry about something leaking out.
Cassell says this could potentially change the way the Supreme Court operates as a whole. He also says it's too early to tell what the actual ruling will look like based on the draft opinion. But in the end, the leak represents a breach of trust within the court. New at 9, West Valley City Police have arrested a homicide suspect. Police have connected 30-year-old Dion Jennings to the murder of 59-year-old Willie Houston this past Saturday. Investigators received a tip on where Jennings was, and that led to his arrest. Tomorrow, the late Utah Senator Orrin will lie in state in the Utah State Capitol Rotunda. Senator Hatch died last month, I should say, surrounded by family in his Salt Lake City home. He was 88. Governor Cox has ordered both Utah and U.S. flags to fly at half-staff from sunrise to sunset tomorrow in Hatch's honor. He will lie in state from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. He'll be laid to rest on Friday after funeral services at the University of Utah. Fox 13 News will have live coverage of tomorrow's events. President Biden is considering student loan debt forgiveness to help those struggling to pay it off. But a new study shows the nation's wealthiest households could get the biggest break. A January report from the Brookings Institution says the wealthiest 20% of households owe almost a third of all student loan debt. The middle 50% owes about 30%. The bottom 20%, the least wealthy, owe only 8% of all student loan debt.
The president talked back on the campaign about taking steps or looking at steps to help people making less than $125,000 a year.
The report also says the future value of a college degree is often left out of conversations about student loan debt. On average, it found the typical college graduate makes about $1 million more in a lifetime than someone with only a high school diploma. Coming up, phase 2 of construction at the Salt Lake International Airport begins. We'll show you what's being done.
And coming up, still some areas of rain and snow here across Utah this evening and still windy across the south. I'll let you know when the storm will leave the state, plus when it's going to heat up before our next chance for snow here in the valleys.
A homeowner in Holladay woke up to quite a sight this morning. Part of his roof had blown off. You can see from this video that we're going to show you here in a second, the nails were ripped from the house and debris is strewn across the street. Look at that. Inside, water seeped into the bedroom and elsewhere in the house. The homeowner's daughter says her father didn't know what was happening until he got up to go to work this morning.
My dad got up around 5 o'clock to go to work, realized that there was water leaking in the house.
Yep, as he looked around the house, he saw the light fixtures had water pouring out of them and that one of the bedrooms was completely flooded. They were instructed by their insurance company to leave everything as it is until it can be inspected. Instead of moving out, the family has decided to stay in the house. Phase 2 of construction at Salt Lake International Airport is underway. Project leaders say more gates will open as soon as a year from now. The new extension of Concourse A will house 22 Delta Airlines gates, while this next phase of the project won't be finished until November of next year. Crews are working to get 4 gates open next May. Even though they're dealing with supply chain issues and labor shortages, they are confident they'll be able to meet their deadline.
So the importance of 4 gates is we have more and more passengers coming to the airport every day, and so any gate that we can deliver early is really going to be put to use immediately.
The airport also announced what restaurants and retail shops will be coming during phase 2 of the construction. Mill Creek Coffee Roasters, Hugo Coffee, Rockwell's Ice Cream, and a Utah Jazz Pro Shop are among some of the businesses expected to find new homes at the airport. Still ahead, what better way to honor a teacher during Teacher Appreciation Week than with a surprise for the whole class? Watch as a special education teacher and her students receive an unforgettable Dream Team surprise.
The NBA playoffs roll on with a couple of great games between the Bucks and Celtics and Warriors and Grizzlies. And I'll show you a great moment in Toronto between a Blue Jays fan and Yankees fan that will lift you up.
The judge was on it.
This is Teacher Appreciation Week, and the Fox 13 Dream Team had a special surprise for a very special teacher. Heather Wilson is a special education teacher in Tooele who herself is deaf but can read lips. As you might guess, everyone absolutely loves her. Late last week, the Fox 13 Dream Team gave Heather an unforgettable surprise. Comes another Fox 13 Dream Team surprise. Heather Wilson. Heather Wilson?
Yes?
I'm Bob Evans with Fox 13
Hey, I do
News.
recognize you.
Do you recognize me? You go to the post office often? Is that what you do?
Something like that.
Yeah, and with me is Charlene Wells from Mountain America Credit Union.
Nice to meet you.
And you have been nominated and selected as our Fox 13 Dream Team recipient.
Well, thank you.
But it is your heart. The fact that you have been working so diligently with these special needs students, these are for you, but that's just the beginning, and don't hide behind the flowers. The reason we are here is because of what you pour into these students and have for so long. And we are here to say thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know what to say.
Tell us, why do you do what you do here?
Oh my gosh, you just put me on the spot. Honestly, I do it because of my students. I mean, they're amazing people and they need to be given a chance, and just to see them thrive and grow and just flourish, that's what we're all about.
How long have you been doing it?
So I've been out here in Tooele for about 16 years, but I was a para for 11, so quite a while.
Well, I tell you what, have you got a favorite student here, by the way?
I have 8 of them in here right now.
Well, I tell you what, the flowers are just the beginning. What we have brought here with us is a spa package, right?
Oh yeah, day spa package
wow.
with Hand and Stone from South Jordan.
Oh, that'll be nice. Thank you so very much.
Have you ever been to a day spa?
I've not.
Well,
Oh, you're gonna love it.
it's about time you went.
Yes, it is.
And dinner and movie.
Oh, wonderful.
It'll be a full day.
Yes.
On top of that, Charlene has a special gift for you and your class.
We recognize and appreciate you for what you do. In addition to the pampering, we think you're gonna care a lot more about this. What we have here are not just 1, but 2 field trips to Hogle Zoo and to the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium for 50 people, including the rides.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yes, you guys, we get to go. Yeah. That'll be way fun.
I think
Yes.
that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think that will do for your students, that kind of exposure at the aquarium and the zoo?
Just to get experience. I think a lot of times we lack experience, and just being able to experience different things I think is phenomenal. But also just even trying to see, hey, I want to learn more about this, and maybe that's a job or a field I want to go into, and it just gives more experience and opens the world. So
Well, on behalf of the Fox 13 Dream Team and Mountain America Credit Union, we want to say, Heather Wilson, thank you so much for everything that you do.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We just think a lot of Heather, and I'm glad that we have her for a little while. I mean, she's not one that's going to be retiring soon, but we are so glad that she's with us and with our post-high school program.
This wasn't just a certain award. I'm excited to see the fishes swim around at the aquarium.
She's just very dependable and reliable. You just know Miss Wilson, Heather, will just be there always for her kids. And, you know, we're really happy to have her on staff.
Dream Team!
Congratulations, Heather Wilson. Now, if you'd like to nominate a special person in your life for a Dream Team surprise, go to fox13now.com/contests. You'll find a link to the nomination form. Just fill it out and let us know exactly what they need and why they mean so much to you.
Well, tomorrow morning when you wake up, we do have a chance for some areas of precipitation here across northern and central Utah. Temperatures close to 40 degrees here in Salt Lake. We'll see more sunshine during the second half of the day. What we're seeing right now is wraparound moisture from an area of low pressure that is moving off to our east, and it has this counterclockwise motion, and that's why that storm is now coming out of the north, moving towards the south. So we look at the bigger picture here. The bulk of the system, as I mentioned, is off to our east right now, but we're going to continue with some areas of rain and snow tonight. Temperatures when you first wake up tomorrow morning, close to 40 to 45 for Tooele, Salt Lake, and Ogden. St. George tomorrow near 50 degrees. We do have the chance for some winter driving conditions between the Wasatch Mountains and up into Wyoming. Especially overnight, we could see a couple of inches of snow impacting some of the roadways in northeast Utah. But tomorrow here in Salt Lake, highs in the 60s, Ogden 60, Provo close to 60, chance for some earlier precipitation. And then for Cedar City 63 tomorrow, Richfield 60, St. George 81 degrees, and for eastern Utah, Moab 66, Price 61, Vernal close to 60 tomorrow. So let me show you this future cast because, as I mentioned, up into Wyoming, that's when we're going to see some winter driving conditions overnight, especially after midnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. That'll be sticking around through about 10 a.m. in Wyoming. We'll see some scattered showers here across central and eastern Utah. Then this weekend, some storms will be drifting by to our north, and then our next best chance for a more widespread storm to move in will be Sunday into Monday. And with this system, we could see some snow mixing in again down to the valley floors. But first, let's talk about rain projection out of this system that we still have right now. Additional precipitation, we're looking at potentials for less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. And for additional snowfall, up in the mountains, we're looking at potentially 3 to 6 inches of snow with some locally higher amounts possible for the UNS. But for much of the mountains of Utah, we're looking at another additional inch or so of snow. For St. George, you're close to 80 degrees tomorrow, 90 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, low 80s Sunday with wind kicking up ahead of 70 on Monday. Here in Salt Lake, we have 70s, close to 80 Thursday, Friday, 61 for Saturday, 57 for Sunday, 51 only for a high on Monday with some chances for valley rain and snow.